Hey everyone, welcome to the very first episode of COG Report. It's a series where we'll be discussing major events that happen in the gaming industry, and today's topic is the Nintendo Direct that just happened recently. My name is Azeeb, and I'm here with the AAA combo, Anthony.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
Anthony, what do you do here at Culture of Gaming?
Well, I'm the person who put it all together. I'm the owner of the whole lot, and at the moment I'm running social media and stuff like that, and getting a plan organised and all that fun, juicy stuff.
That's cool. And I have Aiden.
Hello.
What do you do here, Aiden?
I write, so I've written a few things, and that's my contribution to this world.
I mean,
Fair enough.
I pretty much do the same. And I have Andrew.
Hello, you may have seen me on the Power Up podcast or on my series White Whaling, which is currently on hiatus because of my new computer, but it's coming back, I promise, don't worry.
Alright, that's really cool. I think we should jump right into the Nintendo Direct stuff since we are running a little bit late. I wanted to introduce a new concept. We're going to be going through game by game of every single game that the Nintendo they talked about on the entire show. To speed up the process a little bit, I did come out with a little game. It's called Down or Out. So I'm gonna mention the game's name, and all the three of you have to tell me if you're down or if you're out. If two of you are out, we're gonna skip that game, and nothing can be said about the game. We're just gonna skip to the next one.
Ooh,
Oh,
that sounds cool.
that's so sad.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you guys are gonna, kick out. But there are some obvious big hitters here that we have.
Yep.
So right, at the very top of the list, we have the very first game mentioned in the entire Direct was WarioWare Gold for the 3DS. You guys down or are you guys out?
I'm gonna go last at this point.
I'm down. I'm down for some WarioWare.
I'll say down. Probably won't be. I'll say down. There's not a ton to talk about it, so why not?
Well, I don't really have a 3DS, but I suppose I could say I'm down. It looks interesting. I've watched quite a bit on it, so it looks quite interesting in all different mini games and whatnot. So, and I've played the WarioWare for the GameCube as well. So, it looks interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting title. Its release date is August 3rd of this year, so it's not too far off. It's kind of just a little bit at the end of summer, or winter for you, I guess, Anthony.
Yep.
It has the largest collection of any WarioWare game to date. It has over 300 games, and there's a mix of old and new. Mostly old, probably, but yeah. I really like WarioWare on the DS and stuff, so as a kid, it was really fun. But to be honest, I don't think I'll be getting this one.
I might check it out.
Really?
I mean,
Well,
yeah, I still play my 3DS a lot. I think the WarioWare games, they're always just a fun distraction from, like, you just, like, the whole concept is, like, games that are, like, a few seconds or a minute long, so, like, they're a good way to just pass the time, and they're just fun. Like, sometimes they're just good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, what do you think?
Yeah, Wario's it's great. Unfortunately, it's not on Switch, so that's a bummer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Like 3DS, you get all the good stuff.
we're gonna
kinda.
see some other games on this list, on the 3DS list, that, in my opinion, should very much be on the Switch. I guess it's
Every game
sold so much that there's, you gotta support it.
Yeah, I'd say there's 70 million reasons why they're still making 3DS games on the regular.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that was a little quick one for the WarioWare, obviously. Next up on the list is Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers, my bad. Anyone interested in that, or?
I'm gonna say out.
Nah, I'm out.
I have no idea what that is. No idea what that is.
Honestly, I still have no idea what that is either, so...
Is that the one that's like the armadillo guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the armadillo guy, and I think the art style looks very cool, but then they like shove the Mii's in, and the Mii's don't gel
Mm.
with the art style at all, and it's like really weird. I don't know.
It's like a full animated character, and then this weird looking me beside it carrying these fake looking guns. So,
Although, I mean, anything involving Mii's, I love.
Yeah.
I have a weird love of the Mii's,
Mhm.
so, but I'm
Oh,
probably not
come
going to get this game.
Well, if you're interested, it's coming out May 24th of this year. So, again, not too far off actually, just around a month or two. Next up on the list is Mario and Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey.
I mean, definitely.
I'm going to say, well, yeah, but I don't need to talk about it because I've already played the original game, so I feel like there's not a ton to talk about it there. So
Yeah.
that's where I stand.
I mean, I've heard they're great games, so
Yeah.
I don't have a 3DS once again, though, so I'm just technically not in.
Well, Aiden, you mentioned that you've already played it before. Are you interested at all at the little expansion that they're doing, Bowser's Jr. Journey? It's a tongue twister.
Not enough for me to go out and get it. It is a very good game. All the Mario and Luigi games have been very good, have been pretty good. It's just that there's other games like that are of higher importance to me, so maybe I'll go check it out. But it's not something I'm dying to get when it's released.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to make the decision early because this is dated for next year. I don't know why. It's a remake. It's a port. I
Wait,
guess
is
not
it?
even a
Oh, I
remake.
didn't know it was coming out next year. I thought it was coming out.
next year, 2019.
Next year for a port. Wow.
Yeah. This next one
Doing
on the
well,
list,
isn't
I
it?
think, is huge. Huge. Already out in Japan. Still yet to come out here. It's Detective Pikachu.
No,
No.
I am interested in this.
I'm good. I think they've ruined it by giving. I mean, like it's weird though because you go from Pokemon where he's got a cute high voice, Pikachu that is, and then they've given him this real gruffled, deep, like alcoholic voice or something, and it just seems like he should have a bottle of beer or something in one hand.
That's the whole
You know
point
what?
of the game.
Now I'm in. After you describing that, I'm in now. I guess
No, that's,
Okay.
yeah, that's the
Fair
point of the game. It's like cute little Pikachu,
But
but he's
why?
but he's a grizzled detective. Like that's
Oh,
the joy of it.
And I think
And
it's Ryan Reynolds playing him in the movie.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta bring that. I think that's coming out next year, so gotta bring that out soon.
The game is coming out March 23rd for us, so
Yes.
actually not far at all. Next week, I think. For North America and Europe, it already came out in Japan February 3rd of 2016, so it's been a while.
Yeah.
I just want to get the
The
amiibo.
movie's dated for next year, so 2019.
Ah,
I just
wait.
want that giant amiibo.
Yeah.
Are they doing a movie and a game?
Yeah, they're doing a movie as well.
The game's
interesting.
done now, and then they announced a movie based off of the game
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
because this is what we want from the Pokemon movie.
Is it?
One thing I found really funny in the trailer for this game was like, it's like Detective Pikachu's here to because the Pokemon are acting up, right? And they just show an image of a Charizard flapping his wings, and that's
Yeah.
it. It's that's
And
acting.
everyone's running away.
Yeah. I don't know. I just found that really funny. I think it gives a really good hint at the tone of this game. It's not going to be super
Mhm.
serious, even though Pikachu's
Yeah.
voice is really deep, but it's going to be
And it's
interesting.
cool. It's cool that they've put in levels from Super Mario Odyssey as well. So you can run around I can't remember is it Dugong City or something? I believe it's called.
I think you're thinking
Dunk.
Something like that.
Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, which we'll get to.
Ah.
I don't think
Ah,
there's
yeah,
Odyssey levels
that's
in
what I'm thinking
Detective Pikachu.
I was
That's what-
like, what? I was getting really excited.
Yeah. I think Anthony was thinking about Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker,
Yeah.
which you're
Yeah.
porting, so we'll get to
Yeah.
that later.
It looked like the same city when the thing flapped its wings.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what becomes of that game because they're pushing it really hard for some reason.
Mhm. Well, I mean, the movie probably they want to get butts in the theater, and what better ways with a game?
Out of all the games, out of all the intellectual
Yeah.
properties that Nintendo owns, why does it have to be like a Pokemon movie? I understand, but a Detective Pikachu movie where the Pikachu talks for some reason,
Yeah.
it's just kind of I don't know. It's
That's
I
the
mean, I
issue
feel
that
like
I've
making
got.
I feel like making a straight up Pokemon like live action movie. I feel like that would be
Yeah.
hard.
that'd be yeah,
So
but it'd be
I get why they're making it.
I mean, what other job is the Pokemon gonna have? Like, we're gonna make him just like live in every day, like a lawyer Pikachu. What else can we get here?
I hope so.
Law and Order Pikachu would be a good one. So,
Totally.
I think they chose the detective route because of their mystery dungeon games. They're kind of like they revolve around a mystery, so it's kind of like the same stream.
Yeah.
I think it's just an evolution of that, but we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. The last game for the 3DS section on this list, and a game that I really strongly believe should have been on the Switch instead, is Luigi's Mansion for 3DS. Are you guys?
Mm.
You guys have to be
Now.
down for this.
Yeah, I am.
No. Well, did you say you're out, Andrew?
yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, I played Dark Moon on the 3DS, and it wasn't that bad, but it wasn't really something that caught my eye massively. Like, it was a solid game, and it had good mechanics and all that, but it's kind of the same thing as Dark Moon. I mean, they've already brought out 2 on 3DS already. The original and Dark Moon, I think.
I don't think the
Or
original.
no,
one,
It's this year. We didn't get a
Yeah.
hard date, but it's at
Yeah, okay.
2018.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, as you said, Hasib, I mean, if they brought it to the Switch, it'd make a lot of sense because it's kind of a new console and a new direction, but putting another one on the 3DS kind of seems a bit of a waste, in my opinion.
Yeah, and you're gonna tell me that game is like an ugly game? I mean, it's standard definition, but it's not gonna look much better on a 3DS. Tiny little screen. So.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting, especially because there's been a ton of rumors ever since the Switch came out that there'd be a GameCube Virtual Console, and yet we have Nintendo porting a game to the 3DS, a GameCube game to the 3DS, and like it doesn't fit with that narrative. So I wonder what's going on over there. They haven't announced anything about their online stuff yet. They haven't announced anything about Virtual Console yet, but I wonder now if we're actually getting any GameCube Virtual Console about it.
I think that's still very much a possibility, but like I mean, we haven't heard, and we don't even have a virtual console yet, so like we don't even know what it's gonna be about, like because they still remade games that were released on the other virtual consoles. And to be fair, this is on a very different system than the Switch, so I still think it's possible and probable.
That's true. I think Luigi's Mansion is a good fit for the 3DS though, since like you can't port. I don't think Mario Sunshine would work on the 3DS at all.
No.
So I guess out of all the GameCube games, this is a pretty good one. Yeah, that wraps up the 3DS section, and we're moving on to the big stuff now, the Switch. The very first game that they showed for the Switch was Kirby Star Allies. You guys like Kirby?
I like the concept of Kirby.
Yep, same.
The games are fun. Like they're fun.
Like
Yeah,
Epic
they're
Yarn
like
was good.
Little kids, like a kids
Yeah.
game kind of thing. Nothing wrong with a good kids game here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that they did Epic Yarn, and now they're doing like Yoshi in that style. They just ditched Kirby. The reason I don't play a lot of Kirby is it does feel samey. Like a lot of it does feel samey.
Yeah.
Every game since the SNES, it's been kind of like the same thing. Yeah, that's why I'm not too excited for this game. It's coming out today, 16th.
Yeah,
Today's the 16th.
The demo's been out for a bit.
Yeah.
I like how I do appreciate that they brought back the 4-player multiplayer that was in like the new Super Mario Brothers games, because I kind of miss that, and without the like chaos of getting killed by your friend.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they did show off some really cool co-op stuff with this.
Mm.
and they showed off like the little animal abilities, which I think looked really cool too. But again, it just looks kind of the same to me. It's not a
Mhm.
lot different. I really like Canvas Curse for the DS. That was a really, really good Kirby
Yeah.
game. Mixed things up really well.
I mean, it'd be cool if they did a 3D kind of one instead
Yeah.
of like as you said, it's been kind of side-scrolly platform
Mhm.
the whole
Mhm.
kind of way. If they changed it up a little bit, I'd be interested in picking it up.
I think they are probably soon enough going to do, because Kirby didn't show, well, besides Rainbow Curse, it didn't show up on the Wii U, so they really haven't gotten a chance to really do a Kirby game in HD. So I think
They might.
I hope they're planning like a big like reinvention, like what Zelda and Odyssey, like what Breath of the Wild and Odyssey did. I mean, hopefully.
Or Yoshi, even.
Yeah.
Yoshi's 3D kind of thing. That'd be cool.
Because I remember on the GameCube there was a Kirby game. I forget what it was called, but Kirby's on like his like iconic
Star Ride?
Star Ride. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And I remember that being really fun. So I think Kirby in 3D could definitely work for sure.
Mm.
I think there was a 3D one for the N64. I've never played it though. I
I
don't remember.
think it was a side-scrolling game, but it wasn't 3D.
It's like
Mhm.
2.5D type of thing.
Yeah, I know. I've never played it, but I played multiplayer games on it.
Hmm. Well, I thought nobody would be into Kirby, but I guess we all adore
mean-
Kirby, but we're just not.
Yeah.
I'm not down to put 90 Canadian dollars for another Kirby game, personally. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, the situation
I mean,
is
it-
pretty rough here.
It's kind of a game where it kind of suits a handheld system. So
Yeah.
like a 3DS or
Yeah.
something like that. Like when I think of Kirby, I think of like Game Boy Advance or something like that, or Nintendo DS. I don't really think of it as being a home console game. So yeah. If they changed it around a bit, like I'd still pick it up, and I haven't played a Kirby game for quite a while, so I'd still pick it up and give it a shot. But $90, it might be a little bit too expensive, or $100 here.
Jeez.
I mean, I'm glad Kirby's on the Switch. Like,
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
glad this, like, he's
Kirby's
iconic.
on
He's
the
an iconic
Switch.
franchise.
Keeping it
Kirby's on the
alive.
Switch. We can do Super Smash Brothers now.
Oh, we'll get to
Maybe that's what I
Oh, I mean, yeah, Metroid's not there yet.
Ooh.
I mean, they announced it though. It's coming.
I know.
Hint, hint.
Everything's- the Switch is the console of dreams. We got
Yeah.
Pokemon, we got that Mario, we got that Zelda, we have Metroid
I
coming.
know.
Everything's coming.
I'm so excited for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now you
But
just
they-
need
I thought-
Darksiders and
I
it's
thought they
that.
would show it off this direct, but they didn't at all.
I still think it's possible it's coming out this year. I know we're going on a tangent. I know we're going on a tangent. I still think it's possible it's coming out this year.
I mean, they said it was. They said, I believe last
Did they?
year, they said it was going to come out in December this year. But they haven't
Huh?
showed anything at all. Probably saving it for E3, because obviously, why not?
Yeah.
But interesting. It's interesting.
Definitely.
The next game on the list is Okami HD, already out for the PS4, but we're getting it on the Switch in mid 2018 as well.
I mean,
Feel
I
like we-
think it's a perfect fit. But yeah, we don't need to go
Yeah.
into too much detail.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about
That's-
Okami
yeah,
HD
that's
like
way
ad
too
nauseum, but
Um,
it's a good game. So
yeah,
I think it's a great fit for the Switch, like playing it on the go.
yeah, it's a good. Yeah, definitely, and it's a good game. Like it's kind of old, right? It's 2002,
2000,
something like that.
Is
It's a
it that? I
PS2
think
game, right?
yeah, it's a PS4.
2006 maybe.
6. So
Yeah, but
Came
No, it's
out on the Wii initially, I believe.
yeah,
Came out
Okay.
on Wii as
Yeah,
well.
so
Yeah.
it's very Zelda, very Zelda-like.
Yeah.
it's like yeah. So I mean, if people want more Zelda style games, especially new Switch owners, so it's good.
And they did a sequel to it as well, Okami Den, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
the DS.
The DS,
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna come back to this later again, but Okami has been in. Is that the dogs? The wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Amaterasu.
Amaretsu.
Amaretsu.
Yeah. So
Amaterasu,
Amaretsu.
Amaterasu, isn't it?
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
I think.
3.
Three. And
Yeah,
now we got
the best
Smash
one.
Bros. Announcement, and
Ooh.
we've seen characters from
Interesting.
Marvel vs. Capcom come into Smash Bros. So
Capcom.
It's a possibility.
Pretty much every like game that they announced third-party port game, I was like, are they gonna show up in Smash?
Yeah.
But we'll get to those. We'll get to that in a bit.
We'll get
but
to that. The next game on the list, something that surprised me at its depth. When you look at this game, I personally, like, at the initial look, I didn't see a lot there, but as the trailer went on, I saw a lot more than I think I expected, and that's Sushi Strikers: The Way of Sushido.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out June 8th, 2018.
Interesting. It looks fun, but it's kind of just like a Tetris kind of, not Tetris, but like a match the colors kind of thing. That'd suit a 3DS, but I don't think it's going to really be a massive hit on the Nintendo Switch.
The thing that surprised me was how deep the story went. I mean, it's not exactly like super deep. It's not like a Lovecraftian horror story or anything, but it's like it went pretty deep, deeper than I expected. They're putting some lore into this game, and I think that's pretty cool. I think that it hints towards them trying to make this a franchise, because this is on 3DS, right? And now I think this is a remake for the Switch or a port or something.
Not too sure about that.
I think I saw it on the 3DS, and then now they're doing the Switch with the motion controls. So interesting to see, maybe.
Oh yeah, it is on the 3DS.
Yeah.
It's kind of a game that'd match the 3DS. It's
For sure. I don't think it'll be a huge hit on the Switch. But it's cool to see them trying something different and giving it a bit more oomph than I expected.
They seem to be pushing the game like not like super aggressively, but they seem to be like pushing it. So like they could turn out to be like a moderate success.
Yeah, that's true. For sure. I think they're gonna try to make it a franchise, or we're probably gonna see a sequel or something like that. Or maybe since the lore runs so deep, we'll see a prequel or something.
During the war, this is what happened.
The Sushi War.
The Sushi Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. We know Nintendo's making movies now, so why not?
Gee, that's 2 movies. Wow.
This next game, I'm super pumped for. I don't think we kind of dropped the down or out type of thing, but I don't think any of you would have said out to this game, and it's Octopath Traveler, exclusive.
Oh my god, yes.
And it looks amazing. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, some bad news. I don't care about this.
Oh no.
Oh.
I was so sure everyone would be into this. Why don't you?
I am into it.
I just don't like JRPGs that much, so.
I like
the whole genre.
It's just something I never got into. Like, I don't know.
I like JRPGs, but I'm not a massive fan of like top-down ones. Kind of like the old originals. But it looks interesting, and it's kind of like a what's that game that they brought out for the 3DS? It was like what's it called?
Bravely Default.
Yeah, that's it. Bravely Default.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of reminds me a bit like that, and that was a good game. I played that for a bit. So yeah, it caught my eye.
I think it's the same makers as Bravely Default. I could be wrong, but
Square Enix,
yeah, same team.
And it looks pretty deep with regard to like the dialogue and all of that.
Have you guys tried out the demo?
I have not, man. I have not. But
the demo sold me on this game. It was
okay.
A really good demo.
Interesting.
I've said a lot, like I love old school like JRPGs. This caught my eye the minute they announced it at like the Switch reveal. I think I think it's great that Square's like still like putting effort behind these old school kind of maybe not throwback's the right word, but like retro old school styled RPGs. I think it'll be a great fit on the Switch because like it's like the fact I think RPGs are great on handheld systems, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm like it's one of like my most excited Switch games, most anticipated Switch games.
Yeah, same here. it is very old school, and it's not only in its look but its gameplay as well, turn-based.
Mhm.
But the
Yes.
really cool new mechanic is the ability to recruit almost any NPC. I think it's really cool, and it gives a bit more depth to the NPCs because they do talk
Yeah.
about what they're going through or their situation a bit.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see the NPC you just recruited in battle and stuff. So I think it's gonna be a really big hit on the Switch.
And it's
I think
cool
so
how you
too.
can assign different moves in battle and whatnot. Like,
Yeah,
I think you can assign up to 3 moves or something, I believe.
yeah.
Or 2. I think it's 2.
I
Yeah.
think it depends on the level.
Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, it looks
Yeah.
really cool. The next game here looks really cool as well. Although I have close to no idea what it's about. It's Travis Strikes Back: No More Heroes, scheduled for this year, 2018.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of those games. I know it's like No More Heroes. I haven't played either. Of those
Yeah, that's
games.
right. Yeah.
So it looks cool. It looks cool and interesting. I just don't have that much of an attachment to it. So I mean, it looks like a fun game, but I really don't have much to say about it.
I'm kind of out at this point. It's just Star Wars. Like,
It's Star Wars.
make Star Wars.
We couldn't tell through the trailer. I guess they explained it a little bit in the
Kind
trailer
of looks
as well.
Star Warsy, so yeah.
But they said Travis
Isn't
is
it
gonna be
like
going through-
Travis Touchdown, like going to other people's like
Yeah.
games and like
Games.
picking
Yeah.
them up or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
What I found weird about that though, because the very first game that they showed Travis being in, was kind of like a top down, like, I want to say Diablo, but not exactly like Diablo. It was more like twin stick, like he's just like slashing everything, more like Bayonetta and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they switched over to the next game, and it was like the same thing. So it doesn't seem like they're switching gameplay styles a lot, which kind of like hinders the like, oh, we're gonna go to a bunch of different like game worlds and stuff. It doesn't connect that way, right? Because the gameplay is gonna be the same throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah.
I'm worried about this game, but it does look cool visually. I think.
Definitely.
And it seems like they've put the story kind of on the side. It's mainly like a mini game kind of thing where you got to run through all the arcades and whatnot, and then they've just tacked on a story to it. So it'll be interesting to see how they've come up with that.
Yeah, it does seem that way, but
Hmm.
knowing Suda, I don't know. It could be a complete curveball.
True.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. The next game on the list is Dark Souls Remastered. May
Dark
25th,
Souls again.
2018,
It's
with the Solaire amiibo.
I'm out.
You're out.
I
the same.
I just could. I mean, I'm excited for it. I think Dark Souls is gonna be great on Switch, but more importantly, there is a Dark Souls amiibo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the most important thing.
Have you guys
I
played
just-
Dark Souls? This original?
Yeah.
Or...
I've only played the original.
I've played Bloodborne. I haven't played any of the the Dark Souls games.
I've played
Well,
none of them, and I actually want this on the Switch. I think I'm gonna hop in.
I think it'll be great on the Switch.
Yeah.
I'm on the complete opposite. I think it's not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the way the game works with like the whole online thing. If you're taking it on the go, you don't
Okay.
get that whole online aspect of it. And then on top of that, like playing on the go with those little Joy-Cons is gonna feel like garbage. Like
I just
buttons
imagine
are tiny. Oh my!
sitting on a bus and going flying out the window.
What about that?
Yeah.
You can get
Yeah,
a
no, like
controller and, like, you know.
I think it'll be fine, like at home, like as a home game. But taking it on the go, I just don't see it as a good aspect of it.
Okay.
So like, why pick it up on the Switch when you can pick it up on PC or PS4 or Xbox? It probably looks better and runs better.
Because you can get the Dark Souls amiibo.
You can just buy the amiibo anyway.
But you can
Exactly,
use
and
it.
get it for a quarter of the price. Dark Souls is like, what,
Yeah.
$20 at the moment or something? Or less.
Oh, you can probably get it for like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Well, it was free on Humble Bundle last month, so there you go, Dark Souls 3.
yeah.
I think you bring up a good point, Andrew, and I've seen a lot of concern about this online as well, and a lot of people are concerned that they might like change some things that'll impact the difficulty.
Mhm.
I've seen both sides. I've seen people who are like, "Oh, this is a good thing," and some people are like, "No, it's a bad thing." We don't know
Yeah.
if they're doing it at all until the game comes out, but maybe they'll switch up the game a little bit to make it a little better.
Mm.
Some people
Or they
are
could.
speculating they'll add an easy mode, and I think in the community it'll be a huge like controversy, and I don't think they're.
I feel like they won't because I feel like they'll just take away from what Dark Souls is.
Yeah,
Kind
exactly,
of.
exactly.
Yeah.
They should just add an easy mode. Why not? Like,
two sides of the
just-
argument.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
who's it hurting?
That'd be-
Nobody. It doesn't hurt anybody. Oh, except for the
Exactly.
people who are like,
Fair.
oh, I beat it on the normal mode.
I'm
You
the
scared
best,
loser.
I'm so
Yeah. Like, who cares? People enjoy stuff.
Exactly. Gaming's for fun, not to show who's the better person.
Exactly.
Oh, the next
Yeah.
game on the
I mean,
list is
yeah, they could add in a SIM card to their Nintendo Switches, like what they did with the PS Vita, if for the online whole away from home kind of thing.
True.
But I mean, most buses and public transport have Wi-Fi on them now, anyway, don't they? Yeah, they do.
You might have some real nice buses over there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I would love to have that, but I mean, adding a SIM card probably would. I don't know how much it would increase the price, or how much it would increase the price. But I know pricing was definitely a big concern for both Nintendo and the consumers when the Switch came out. So, is it worth the price increase that would
Yeah,
would
true.
result in?
That would warrant, yeah.
Also, not to mention plans. Like I know in Canada, data
Yeah.
plans are insane and
Mhm.
ripped off, and it's not fair. But if they were to come out with that, it wouldn't.
Probably the
work
same
here
here.
at all.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the Vita. The 3G success is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
So the Wi-Fi was the only one anyone bought.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's true. The next game on the list is another game I was actually surprised by. This time surprised by how deep the mechanics go, and it's Mario Tennis Aces.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a bit
Yeah.
to say on that.
I mean, they
think...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, go on, Aiden. Go
I
on.
was like, they've spent like the most time of the direct on the, like, this is the game they spent the most time on. So like, I mean, there's quite there. We obviously need to talk about it.
Mm.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm excited, but then I think they've kind of overdone it a bit. Like they've introduced like 4 or 5 different shots,
Yeah.
and in the heat of a match, when you're like playing online or whatever, if you're going to play it online, you know, you're going to be trying to press all these different buttons and get all these. Oh, what's my meter at? Oh, what's this? Am I going to break my racket? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
It seemed a bit too technical, and it seems like they've overdone it a little bit. But what I do like is they've also incorporated a classic mode into it as well, so as you can play like the Nintendo 64 style, and it looks pretty good. And then they've introduced a story mode to it as well, apparently.
Mhm.
However, that's going to be. I mean, I'm excited for it, but I'm a bit wary about if they're going to overdo it or not, because tennis is kind of something that's, you know, you do it on the fly. So
Right. I mean, but like, how much can you iterate on a tennis game? Right, you have to do something new. So I have to applaud them for just trying some cool new stuff, like these weird shots and all that good stuff.
But they haven't really done. They haven't really done a Mario Tennis since the Nintendo 64 days. So
there's a GameCube one that was pretty good.
I think there's one on the 3DS, but I don't. But I heard it wasn't good.
There's one on the Wii U which is bad. I believe.
Or maybe it's the
Wii U was
Wii, yeah.
terrible, and
Yeah.
it's really good to see them coming back with it and going in really strong.
Chain chop. Like,
Yeah.
that was
Playable
cool.
chain chomp with
In
the
his
tennis
mouth.
racket in his or her mouth.
That was pretty cute.
So that's like the main reason to get this game is to see how that
Chain
works.
jump.
Also, I don't know, like, I could be wrong with this, but there's going to be motion control in this, right?
Yeah, you can
So
play
that's
it.
I think.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, like, because, like, obviously we all know the success of Wii Sports, and that included tennis. So I think that could draw people into the game too.
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, I've never had a Mario Tennis game, and I'm definitely getting this one. It's scheduled for this year, and it's I think to the point of where they have so many different like shots and stuff. The mechanics run really deep that I think it's almost like a fighting game, because you have like super shots and stuff, but then you also have counters to those, and like
Yeah,
it's
true.
almost like a fighting game, and like this game might be at Evo or something like that next year. But
Yeah.
it's really interesting to see them go this direction with this franchise.
This
Why
is not-
didn't they bring
go ahead.
out a Mario Party?
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just gonna leave right now.
Uh,
I'll see myself out.
well no, I want a Mario Party
Because if they would have announced the
It's
Mario
finished.
Party, half of the people watching the direct would have just shut their computers off and walked away.
Yeah.
That's why.
it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna show up on the Switch at some point, and the Switch is probably because one of their big focuses is multiplayer. It's gonna show up.
But they need to do it properly. The last few installments have been really bad.
Take away the car.
Take away
Get a car?
the
I mean,
Start with that, and then
Andrew is just ready to give up
That's
right now.
getting so mad.
yeah, just make Mario
Yeah.
Party 2. I would buy it again. I don't.
they already thought about bringing it over. They're like, oh, let's do a bunch of mini games. But they're like, no, that's a bad idea. Just put it on the 3DS because no one wants to play it anyway.
Well, I like Mario Party. They're fun, except when they're all in the car.
Yeah,
It's
Fun. What do you like? What do you describe as fun?
I just think it's.
Do you like losing
I
randomly?
think it's fun when you play with friends and you. I don't know. Wait, what was the one that they were in costumes? That was that 2 or 3?
Two. Two.
Okay,
Two.
I played that one. As long as they need to bring that back too.
Yeah,
That
just
like
like-
maybe, maybe
Yeah.
just
As a
back to it.
disclaimer, I do own Mario Party 1, 2, and 3, and they're bad.
No.
Look.
Come on.
You can play Mario Kart, you can play Mario Tennis, you can play Mario Golf. Why Mario Party?
because
You got all those multiplayer games.
because sometimes you want to play board games.
No, not
Just
good
play
enough.
Catan. Play a good board game.
It's not the same.
It's better.
Yes,
I will
it is. You
defend-
don't have an opinion.
I'm not saying it's not, but I am a Mario Party defender, and not except 9 and 10.
I used to be,
7, 9, 10.
and then my will is broken.
I
You used
By-
to be
by
until you went to
Mario.
war.
as well.
You just need to go in with you need to cut all your feelings out the door and just go in and win. Go in to win.
Yeah.
So I do that's how I live my life, and it doesn't work.
Look, why don't they make it an esport? Mario
I mean,
Party esports.
Well, because Mario Party, let's be real, Mario Party doesn't require skill.
Yeah. Andrew
Thank
does
you.
have a point. A lot of the games are bullshit, but it's fun though. I think it's fun.
Alright,
I
yeah.
think it's fun.
All right, I feel
Oh,
bad. I feel like I always derail the podcast and stuff. We talk about Mario Party. Let's try to
Like
come
half
back
the
here.
no,
My hate
I
of
get
Mario
mad
Party.
like half the time playing it, but
Yeah,
it's still fun.
I like getting.
All right, Mario Tennis, good. That's a good game. That's a good Mario game.
Hopefully, it's good.
Cautious. Caution.
They're pushing it a lot, so let's hope it's
Yeah.
good.
The next one, I need to know if you guys are down or out for this one. It's Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Switch
Down.
and 3DS.
Mm. With 3DS, I can see it working.
Mm.
Nintendo Switch, it's kind of like Paper Mario a bit, where you got to go like backwards and forwards and puzzle-ish.
Yeah.
It looks cool. And as I said earlier about Detective Pikachu, it looks like they've put in a couple of worlds from Super Mario Odyssey and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, might be one that I'll give a shot.
Yeah.
It's also another summer game coming out on July 13th. I've never played
Is
the
that
original, but
I mean, not a lot of people did. It was on the Wii U,
yeah, it was on
so
the Wii U.
which I think is why.
Yeah, my Wii U's just behind me, not even plugged in.
Just.
Not even plugged in.
Well, I never owned a Wii U, so I have the excuse, and that's I want that. Like, I mean, so it lets this game be played by more people. It looks like no game I've ever seen. Like, or maybe like it looks like super unique, and I don't know. I think it's just a great. It seems like I'm excited to play it when it comes out.
I think I will too. I said earlier on a different podcast, but it'd be great to just take that game with you. You're in the middle of a puzzle, take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes, break it out. You're on lunch break at work or whatever. You open it up, play a little bit. Oh, gotta go. You can just shut it off, and then when you get home or on the bus back, you can just resume your puzzle right there. So,
Yeah.
But you can do that on 3DS.
right, but this is a nice big screen. We talked about this. No one cares about 3DS.
I do, but the Switch is nicer. Like, it's,
Also, it's like it was already high res, on the Wii U. They don't have to do probably that much work to just bring it over.
Yeah.
I think just looking at the trailer and comparing it, I think it looked pretty much the same. There was like no changes almost at all to the.
They added a co-op mode,
which looks bad, but
yeah, I mean, Mario games have not been the greatest with co-op, except like the party games. But
it's just basically Super Mario Galaxy. Then.
Yeah,
kind of.
Oh,
It looks kind of like you're almost like cheating.
Yeah.
You make it way easier. Like I thought about it, and he just like whacks the like thing that's in the way, and it goes away. And I'm like, that takes all of the like challenge out of it.
I mean, it'll be good for maybe like little kids playing it.
Yeah, that's
one or two kids playing it. Yeah.
And Nintendo's really good with that. Especially with like Mario Kart, and they have all those assists there. So little kids and even people who have some sort of physical disabilities can also enjoy Mario Kart as well now. So maybe this is them doing that again through Captain Toad. So it looks cool, I think.
Looks interesting.
I don't think
I'm excited for it, and I want Captain Toad in Smash. That we are going to like the best character. I see you shaking your head.
Can only walk.
Yeah.
I love his walk.
A new layer of difficulty.
Really like the Dan of Super Smash.
Yeah. So the next game, I'm really interested to see if you guys have played it or not. It's Undertale for the Switch. We saw no gameplay. We didn't see any of that. But I mean, I don't think they have to do much work to port Undertale onto the Switch. Coming this year, but no exact date. Have you guys
coming eventually.
Whenever they feel like it.
Yeah.
I own it, but I haven't played it yet.
Okay.
Sadly.
I haven't really played it, but it's kind of something that they've put on every other console. As far as it's on, I think it's on PC, I believe, and PS4 and all that.
It started on PC, and then PS4 and Vita.
So it's kind of the same old thing, just another reboot.
I think it's a great fit for Nintendo. It's like obviously it's inspired by those old Nintendo RPGs. And so
True.
I mean, I say I'm gonna play it every so often, but maybe I will actually play it on the Switch and play it on the go.
Yep, I think actually the developer has been quoted saying it's directly inspired by Earthbound. It started as a mod for Earthbound, and then made his own game out of it. So yeah, it's cool to see it on a Nintendo console.
Yep.
The next game in the same vein as that, bringing games onto the Switch, is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Something that I think I'd never see on a Nintendo console, but here we are.
Well, that's coming to everywhere, so.
Yeah.
Coming everywhere as well. It's coming to the PC and Xbox as well.
Yeah, we kind of knew that it was coming everywhere after Sony just said, "Oh, it's only available for now on."
Yeah, it was rumored. I mean, it's not like Crash hasn't appeared on Nintendo consoles before. He's been like multi-platform for a while. It's just weird seeing these games on other consoles,
which is good. I mean,
seeing the original 3 games, because those games were specifically made to cover Mario, and now he's like. It's just like, oh, Mario 1 Crash, like can't do anything.
Yeah, I think it looks fun. It looks like I think it'll be like I'm gonna repeat myself again, saying playing these on the go could be really fun. And Crash Bandicoot for Super Smash Brothers.
For Super Smash Bros, yeah.
Yeah, true.
I remember
somehow
spam like I forget whose account. I think it was Sony's account on Facebook to bring Crash onto. All-Star Fighting? What's that game?
How did that not happen? Like I still
PlayStation All-Star.
I spammed Activision and they replied to me and they're like, "Oh, it's not happening" or something like that. But that didn't happen. But if we see him on Smash in Smash Bros, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah,
it is the Insane Trilogy.
Yeah.
Another port to the Switch that's coming up next on the list is Little Nightmares Complete Edition, set for May 18th. So pretty close. Yeah, have you guys played Little Nightmares on the PS4 or?
No,
I
can't say I have.
It's caught my attention, but I just haven't played it yet. It
It's
looks
got a really
really
cool. Yeah, it's got a cool art style, but
Mhm.
I've played
I was like,
the original game. I haven't played the DLC, and people say the DLC is pretty much half the game. I
Okay.
might pick it up for the Switch for that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I always love a good horror game, and like,
Yeah.
as the Switch has been just like got a couple horror games recently, and I think I've been wanting to play it for a while, so I may just wait to play it on the Switch.
I'm gonna be honest. Something I'm even more excited for than the actual game. They have a comic book series for this
Ooh.
game as well, but they're
Really,
also coming out with a TV adaptation, and I'm super pumped for that.
really.
Yeah,
Cool.
TV
Okay.
adaptation. The thing I also should mention is that the regular edition for Little Nightmares is already out on the Switch.
Okay.
This is just the
Okay,
special
yep.
edition with the DLC.
Mhm.
Okay.
But yeah,
Which is what I would probably play.
Yeah.
Mm.
rather much play that.
I mean, it's to me, it's just another indie game kind of thing. I mean, I'm not a massive horror person who I can't stand horror stuff at all. Like, I get freaked out over the smallest thing. I got freaked out over Jumanji's music, for goodness sake.
The new one or the older one?
The old one.
The old one's a very creepy movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not really. It hasn't really caught my attention.
Absolutely love horror, and the thing about being a horror fan is there's not a lot of good stuff. Like, there's not a lot of
No.
good horror movies. There's not a lot of good horror books. There's not a lot of good horror games, but this is one of them. This is a pretty good horror game. It's not super
Yep.
scary, but it's creepy for sure at times.
Yeah.
Especially the end. The end is it's pretty insane.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing it.
Yep. Next up on the list is South Park: The Fractured Butthole. Coming out April 24th, so
You know what, man? That joke gets funnier every time I hear it.
every time.
You know, gee, boy. You know what?
Are you guys down or out for this game?
Out.
Out.
Yeah, I'll play it elsewhere.
I think I'm excited to play it on Switch. I'm just just one thing. I'm surprised they didn't announce the Stick of Truth as well on Switch.
Yeah.
That just feels weird that they didn't. That's not going to be there either. But that's really all I have to say. I think it'll be great on the Switch.
Mm.
Yeah.
On other consoles, they did Stick of Truth and the whatever it is, in the same bundle, didn't they? Like, they both came out like it was a DLC.
Yeah, if you pre-ordered it, I think you got it for free.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't mention it at all. Well, because they're obviously very much inspired by the old 16-bit RPGs, so it makes sense that they're on the Nintendo console.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it's a cool game. I like Stick of Truth, but I don't think I'll be playing this one. I think it's cool that it exists, though. It's cool
Yeah.
to see the limits of freedom of expression being pushed to its borders. I think the South Park creators do that a lot, and they're free to do it in this game. Ubisoft just yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Next up on the list is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
I'm out.
Out.
I don't need to see that game again.
I'm not into this. It's coming out May 18th, so again, another summer game. Coming out pretty soon, but not a lot of people are into this.
We don't need to see it again.
Yeah, again. Next up is the ARMS tournament. They showed off the ARMS tournament. The ranked matches are from March 8th to 18th, and the final match is from the 31st. Are you guys going to be tuning in, or? Nope.
I probably will. That's a really long time to have a tournament.
Yeah, it's a whole month.
Yeah, because
finals,
I believe they're doing.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe they're doing a professional one, and then they're having a demo, like a trial one for beginners who aren't into the series that much.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't picked it up, so you can just download the event and play it if you're new to it or you want to think about picking it up.
Yeah, it's called the Test Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people can try out the game for free.
They should have just ended this announcement by saying, "Please play ARMS."
I mean, yeah. Arms was a pretty decently success. Was a decent success. I think it's a cool that they're still trying to push it and like still supporting it. Like obviously it's not like they're not level Splatoon, but I like how they're still trying to like support it after it came out.
Totally.
So
I mean, if they're trying to have like a fighting game at all, that's one thing they definitely need to do.
Yeah, and Arms for Super Smash Bros.
The reason
That's
I
like a
put this
given.
in yeah. That was the reason I put this in is because Arms for Super Smash Bros. And a lot of people say that's a lock, but maybe
I wouldn't say it's a lot.
yeah, it's a little bit of a conflict of interest because Arms is a fighting game as well, and Smash Bros. Is a fighting game, and like I don't know.
I mean, you had Ryu in the Wii U one,
Yeah, but Ryu,
and he's from like Street Fighter.
he's from Street Fighter, but it's not like it's not Street Fighter is a Nintendo exclusive. I think there's a little bit of conflict over there.
I mean, I think they have to promote their own game if they somehow left it out. Like people are like, we're gonna, like, oh, there's an Arms guy or whoever Armsman is in this game, Springman, and then like they're like, oh, never mind, he's not in this game anymore. It's like, well, you're just ignoring one of your most released new IPs. It's
true.
I think the reason it may not be in Smash is because, like we said, like Arms hasn't exactly been like a hot property for them, but also this game's been in development before like sales came out. So I think it's most likely like you're probably gonna get that like what's his name, like Springman or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he's probably like I think he's like likely to show up.
I think the way to do it is just have like a generic character, and then every costume would just like your color would be a different character.
That's cool. That's cool.
But then it kind of jumps into the fact of in all the other characters in Super Smash, like Fox and all of that, who you know them from other series. Whereas with Arms, you kind of don't know who the characters are. It's kind of putting a me in Super Smash Brothers.
Well, Anthony, they did put the me in.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
I mean, they have gone obscure. Like they put the Duck Hunt dog in the Wii U one.
Oh, that's right.
And they did. I mean, Mr. Game and Watch is like one of their like most popular characters now, and like no one knew who he was when he was introduced. And they have Rob, like they have the NES robot. So I mean, they've gone obscure before. So
I don't think Arms is that obscure.
No, not definitely not. And like that's what I think is cool. Like I like when they do these out of left field choices. Like maybe not Arms isn't out of left field, but like when they do characters like Wii Fit Trainer or Ice Climbers. So I definitely would say it's possible.
Sure.
I think it's very possible, especially since like I can just practically see him working in Smash, like the Springman working in Smash in my mind. Like it's not it's not a huge stretch or anything like that. It's very easy to port that character into that game. I think it'd be possible. It's definitely possible for sure. The next game on the list, the second last thing that they showed off in this direct was Splatoon 2 version 3.0 and the Octo expansion. You guys play Splatoon at all or no?
I dabbled in it.
Dabbled in it.
That kind of made me want to buy it though. I was like, oh, this game looks fun and like cool, and I do want to pick it up maybe eventually. But the thing with Nintendo, I feel like I'm always like, it's like $60 still or something. Like, why am I paying so much money for this like 2-year-old game or whatever, year-old game? It's like pisses me off.
I think it's cool.
Good.
Yeah, that's good though.
Splatoon is fun to play. The concept is really, really good. I'm surprised at the amount that they're adding here. It's 100 plus new gear for free, 3 new maps for free, rank X, so it's a higher rank than S for free. If you meet certain conditions, you can get a character from the previous game in this game, and they're adding 2 songs, which is like a weird thing to add, but I guess that's fine too. 2 multiplayer songs. The reason it stands out is that this is all for free though. This everything that I mentioned is just like part of an update. You don't have to pay anything to get that, and they're still supporting this game that hard. Speaks a lot about how confident they are in it.
Yeah,
it's good.
I
The
mean,
paid stuff though is the Octo expansion that we're getting this summer. It's $20 USD with 80 missions, and pre-ordering it gives you an extra costume as well.
Seems fair.
I think it's cool that it's a single player expansion,
Yeah,
which I mean, Splatoon is a very multiplayer heavy game, so I think it's cool that they are supporting the single player in this huge way.
yeah. The trailer for it was very kind of bizarre.
Annoying.
I had no idea what was going on until the very
Oh,
end.
yeah.
I just found it annoying and weird.
I thought it was really cool.
I
was
love the music. I thought it was pretty cool, but I can see how it can be annoying to some people.
I'm good. I'm good. Yep.
Well, then that brings us to the last game, the biggest game arguably in this Nintendo Direct, and that is Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo Switch.
And that's all we know about it.
And that's all we know about it. Well, we know it hasn't been titled yet. The release date is set for 2018. We don't know exactly when.
Mm-hmm.
We know the Squid Kids are going to be in it. Plus, the link they showed was the Breath of the Wild link, which I think is an important distinction as well.
Yes.
And Sakurai actually confirmed his involvement in this game via a tweet, which I think is all very interesting. Do you guys think this is a port or a new game?
I think it's somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between.
I'm gonna say it's a new game.
Yeah, same. Well, I mean, they've got in the last one. Did they have the Splatoon people in it? Or
no.
No. Okay, so they're putting in a couple of new characters as far as a different kind of link. They had a bit of a different text for the Super Smash Brothers thing.
Yeah, they did.
And it was like the massive fire emblem thing that they had as well it kind of, to me, it kind of screamed that it's a new game and it's going to be fantastic on there. Like they're saying, it's going to be the best game you've ever played for the Switch, kind of thing. So I'm thinking they're going to be going all out on it, I reckon. Yeah.
I mean, if it was a port, I feel like they would have just gone. Why wouldn't they just go out and say it was a port?
Yeah.
Like instead of it's a Super Smash Bros. Is a working title right now. Like they haven't said anything of it. If it was a port, like we already know everything that's in it. So I think that's the biggest. I mean, a port, you can add new characters and it'd still be a port. But the fact that they're kind of secretive about it, which makes me think it's a new game.
And why do such a cinematic opening to it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just a port, it's just here's a remake.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have a problem with how they announced it because that could have easily been a port. Like they could be like, oh, the Splatoon characters are coming to
true
to the old one, right? Or 4. So the way that was announced, you couldn't tell me right away oh, it's brand new. You could be like, oh, oh, they're coming to the old one, and then you have to realize how long each Smash Brother has taken. It's usually 7 years or so in between each one, something crazy. And this one's only 3.5. So I don't know who knows. So you're right. That's what bothers me a little bit. Is just we don't know, and I wish Nintendo got out in front of it and said, "Hey, it's support or it's not." Make people happy either way.
Why not just put the old ones on Virtual Console if that's the case when they finally bring it out?
Yeah,
they could just do it that way.
Melee's probably gonna show up because everyone wants to play Melee, but I don't know. I think because Super Smash is one of their top franchises, so I think they need to go all out for it. And we know their online service is launching this year later, so they're probably gonna line it with that. And so I think it would be a bigger deal if they just if it was with a brand new game instead of just a port of a Wii U game.
Yeah,
I mean, I want it to be a new game. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's gonna be because
I can see it being a port, but I am hoping it's a new game.
Yeah.
So I went out and actually did a little tiny bit of journalism work, a little bit of research, and I got some juicy info here. So the weakest point I have is that people are arguing that the copyright disclaimer in the bottom right, it should say 2014 to 2018 because 2014 is the year the last one came out, and that's when Bandai Namco was only responsible with the last one. So it's just say 2014
Yeah.
to 2018, but it only says
Right.
2018, which points it towards a new game. A bigger, stronger point that I found was now this is a pretty weird story. There's a kid on Reddit. I don't know if have you guys heard of this?
No.
So
No.
there's some kid on Reddit, and he was like, "Oh, my dad works for Nintendo," and everyone's like, "No, he doesn't. Shut up." But then people actually found his dad on LinkedIn, and he actually does work for Nintendo.
Oh wow.
The kid was like,
Oh.
"My
Twist.
dad works for Nintendo," and he said it's a new game, and that was all. And then his like post got deleted and everything. Maybe I don't know what happened to his dad. Hopefully he didn't get fired. That would suck big time. But
He shouldn't say these things to his kid.
Hold on,
yeah.
let me go to LinkedIn really quick. Create a new profile and write that I work at Nintendo.
Nintendo.
My name, yeah.
It was a pretty convincing rumor, I think, because on his LinkedIn profile, it wasn't just his Nintendo stuff. He also had his involvement with a band, like a very specific band, and he was like a singer in that or a guitarist in that band. And it was a pretty convincing profile in my opinion.
This is
How
catching me the
does-
wrong way because now he's like,
How-
oh, my dad's also a guitar player in this band. Check out his LinkedIn, guys. He does everything cool. He's a guitar
Yeah.
player. He works for Nintendo.
How does
What
that
else?
make him work for Nintendo then,
I'm
having
kind
played
of-
in the band?
I'm kind of impressed
No,
like that
I
he
was
put
just
that
saying,
on
it
his
was like,
LinkedIn.
it led towards a more authentic LinkedIn, right? Like
Yeah.
instead of like a
Yeah, okay.
someone just made it.
Yeah. It's
He's
always a dice.
It's
It's
weird.
always like you never know. Like it's either one way. It's either he is or he isn't. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing pointing towards it being legit is that everything got deleted. The whole thread got deleted, and
Or he just put it up and he's like, oh, I'm going to get
Yeah.
everyone's hopes up. Delete.
do we they didn't say who's working on this game, right? So we don't know Bandai Namco necessarily.
I think Bandai Namco is confirmed involvement.
Okay.
I'm not sure, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so though. I think so.
Okay.
Another little rumor I have here, maybe it's a leak, and I think we're gonna be the first ones to ever reveal this. If this turns out to be true, nobody else has this information.
Ooh, a
I
hot
have
scoop.
link who
Stop
has
the presses.
Copyright.
Yeah, so I have a link who has a pretty convincing source. Before the Nintendo Direct started, this source told him Captain Toad Treasure Tracker will be on the Switch and 3DS, confirmed in this Direct. So he watched the Direct, and it was confirmed. That turned out to be true. And this source also, I remember last year at E3, this guy told me some stuff that came out to be true as well. And I was like, yo, where'd you find this? And he's like, I have a source. It's okay. I'm like, okay. So what he told me about Smash is that his source confirmed that Ridley from Metroid will be playable in this game.
Has not been the rumor forever?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it is. It has been a rumor, but it's been a rumor since the Smash Bros. For Wii U. So it's been like 2014. It was rumored that Ridley would be playable, and that didn't happen, and that sort of killed the vibe and stuff. I guess there's been a resurgence since Prime 4 has been announced. But,
Yeah.
I think for this game there hasn't been a lot of talk about Ridley being playable for Smash. I think it would be a big deal because another character from Metroid, brand new character, like this character has never been in a Smash game before as playable, would point it more to it being like a brand new game instead of like a port. Yeah.
I mean, I never got the whole obsession people had with Ridley. I just don't think he's that fascinating of a character. It wouldn't surprise me though, because like as you said, Metroid Prime 4 is coming in like the next couple years, sometime in like the next few years. So it makes sense that they'd want to like try to like promote it in any way they can.
Mm-hmm.
I have really nothing to say. Ridley was never a character that was on never been on the top of my wish list for Smash.
Same.
If they're trying to put another Metroid character, who can you put in besides like a boss?
Mm-hmm.
that can move well enough in a different game.
Yeah.
True.
I think I agree with Andrew. I think it is gonna be like a hybrid of like, I think it's gonna be a port basically, but they're gonna brand it as new by putting in like maybe a few new stages, and we have all these new characters and stuff. So it's just gonna be a bunch of reused assets, and they're just gonna make this game, which I don't think is a bad thing.
No.
It's better than a port, I think, but
Yeah, Smash 4 is a beautiful game.
yeah, it is
It's very
a
good.
great looking game.
And it's like, so like I wouldn't be I'd be a little disappointed, but like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, and that was the last game for the direct. I think that about wraps it up. You guys have any closing comments? How'd you guys feel about the direct? How did it make you? Did it get you hyped, or were you guys disappointed, or?
It was kind of just like an event to me, I suppose. It didn't really. I was kind of like, yeah, some of this stuff's already like we already know that this is coming out. There was some like new, good-looking stuff, which got me excited. But yeah, it was pretty. Like not bad, but not good. Like it was in between, I reckon.
Yep. What about you?
Yeah, they.
Oh, sorry,
I like the opposite. I loved the direct. I thought, sure, we didn't get like a whole bunch of game reveals, but we got a bunch of games that are new to Switch. I know people are complaining about all the ports that are on Switch. I don't have an issue with that at all. And I mean, the fact that they announced Smash alone, like when they like everyone assumed it was gonna save it for like an E3 or something. So I think that alone made it really awesome. I think the Splatoon expansion looks great. I was definitely a big fan of this direct. I just love Nintendo Directs in general.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they needed to do something, and hadn't like announced a lot lately. So it was definitely a strong direct to come out and get a lot of this stuff out now. Like they are ports, but it's stuff they need because there are tons of indie games coming out, but there's not necessarily tons of big games coming out this year so far. So it was good that they got in front of all that and kind of maybe got some of the lesser announcements out of the way. Hopefully, so that when E3 rolls around, we got some bigger stuff, more details, all good stuff. As far as how I felt on it, it's fine. I mean, maybe I'll play some of these games.
They did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and I think
they needed this.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that shows with the Smash Bros. Thing. We're like, well, we need to do something big. So we at least got to talk about this for 20 seconds.
I think it was really, really good direct. The only cemented dates that they gave us were for up till August, I think, was the latest. So anything after August, we don't know what Nintendo's doing yet. And there's a lot of stuff missing from the direct. I love the direct, but there is a lot of stuff missing. There's Pokemon, there's Metroid, and then there's Fire Emblem, which a lot of people were crying out for.
That's coming out this year.
Animal Crossing as well. I don't know. I'm kind of using the direct to gauge my expectations for E3. I'm expecting Pokemon, and I'm expecting Fire Emblem at least, just those two, at E3. So I think this direct was good for that, and maybe we'll get some Smash gameplay, and we'll finally find out if it's a new game or not.
I think this was that. I think this will like clear. I think it was like let them like coast till E3 because they said everything is until August, and so then that's fall season, which we're gonna get. I think E3 they're gonna reveal a lot more.
Yeah, hopefully.
We don't know what's coming. Their big fall game is yet, so.
I think it might be Fire Emblem.
That's true. I keep forgetting that's coming out this year.
I was hyped to see it at this direct, but they didn't include it, and so not a word of it actually. I'm expecting it at E3. I'm expecting it. Yeah. Overall, I think I'm feeling really good about Nintendo. I love the direct. I think that about wraps it up, though. You guys got anything else you guys want to add?
Not really, no.
No.
I'm excited.
It'll be fun to see what happens.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So let's just do closing comments. So Andrew, where can we find you? Do you have any sort of social media? Any tweets that you'd like to plug?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, all the fun stuff like that at Duronsky. That's Duronski. I don't tweet out often, but I'm trying to get more involved. So follow me there.
Same. I'm there as well. What about you, Anthony?
I'm not really on social media that much, but I'm at the moment running all the site good stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you do a lot of good work running the site and stuff and making it look good. Especially when you tell me to do something and then I make it and it doesn't look that good, and then you give directions, and then it finally looks good. I'm horrible at designing, and you do all that good work.
So am I. So I'm kind of like,
No,
yeah, let's try a bit of this. So.
Well, you're better than me for sure.
Okay, good to know.
What about you, Aiden? Where can we find you?
I am on Twitter at Aiden Simons, and I probably tweet too much sometimes. I promote a lot of my stuff on there, and so you can just follow me. That's really the only public social media I have.
Yep.
I think I'm there with you. I just made a Twitter because last time I was on the podcast, I didn't have anything to give. So I think you can find me at hasib.abid, A-B-I-D. I'm pretty sure that's it. If not, I'll fix it in the next episode. But I think it'll do it for now. So I think our next episode for COG Report will be will be after GDC, I believe. So if there's anything good coming out of GDC, we'll definitely get on that and talk about it on the next episode, episode 2. But for now, this is the end of episode 1. See you guys later.
Enjoy.
I don't know if we're on video, but bye.